A warm welcome, everyone, to this session of the Parenting for a Changing World. So, it is a series that aims to support children and the parents to support their children and navigate into today's challenges with openness, empathy, and resilience. And this evening session is kind of a follow-up from our previous webinar last year, which was nurturing interfaith and intercultural understanding in children. But this time we were exploring the topic through art, and we're very delighted to be joined by Rosa Lin, who is a registered creative arts therapy and artist, who will guide us through how art can help children express their own beliefs and also become more open to those of others. So, Rosa will begin with a short presentation and then she will lead into more practical and creative activities. So, I hope that everybody has some paper and coloring pens or whatever is your preferred way to do some art and craft. So with that, I would like to welcome. Thank you very much, Rosa, and I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Maybe I share my screen first. Yeah. First of all, thank you for Cindy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the for art therapies. I think this is a topic that is very up and coming. And then because I think right now more people concerned about their balance of life, their inner thoughts, and how to heal something or how to connect yourself. And then so art is a quite very powerful in form of the expression, in form of communications, and in the art therapies that today I would like to introduce, maybe we will focus on the interfaith. But before I jump into the interface, I just want to have a some introduction. What is the art therapies? And let me introduce myself. Yes, I'm graduate in Hong Kong as a master of arts therapies, and then I have worked in different groups like disability, and then post-stroke, ADHD, even some my dissertation actually is quite focused on this dementia. And this is for me that's quite lead to the way I come here because my background I experienced quite a lot of people around me experience sickness. My mother's is have problem on dementia, and then during the time when I study I also work with her on art, and then there's some therapeutic effect on art therapies. So for my lifetime, I still want to keep on my goal to continues my work. I'm just want to share something that I believe on that. So that's something very inspiring for me that I work for commercial long years, but when I grow up and I think what really help us grow and how to find back your identity, connect yourself, or healing some of your old wound. That's art is something I can explain to you, and then maybe so that's why the first 20 minutes I will introduce about what is art therapy. And then the rest of the time, I really want you guys can join the experimental or experience learning. If you don't mind, of course, you have rights to not to turn your camera because we would like to have some more interactive communication. So if you are willing to open your camera and then we can see you, it would be more better. So so what is exactly art therapy? So actually, that's this when it first developed is surprisingly, this is not a very long history. It's just starting from the post-Vietnam War. When the soldier returned from US, and then they always have some kind of nightmare, and then they cannot have medication to heal their nightmare, Or you can imagine if a post-war time and then during the war, everyone is very tense, and it is expected when they experience the wartime in Vietnam and the soldier return to home, they cannot talk through about what they exactly experienced. And then that is the original that the art therapy developed. They start using some art making process to make them, they do not need to speak out about what they have experienced in a hard time, but it's a bit let them to release some of their horror image or some of make them to be more peaceful. And because everyone just like you can share and then you talk through what you experience, and then the art therapists have the role that when they have the art making, we believe every individual actually have some inner strength. they they can cope with their problem, but they need to have a channels to express their inner thought. Sometimes that is some kind is related to psychotherapies, because every day to day we may not talk through something very deep, and but when you use the art, it is quite amazing that the art power will bring you to release and willing to share. And then sometimes there is a words that an image saying thousand words, and then so that's is more powerful. And one principle that I would like to share is the Carl Roger, that a principle of a therapist that you need to be, whenever people to share with you, we don't have to, we cannot criticize, because in making arts there's no right or wrong. And then we have to have a empathy, because sometimes they express very, maybe for normal people that think that is, oh, you are quite abnormal. So we don't have the judgment. We have never, we cannot judge other people artwork. And then so this is, we hope to promote a supportive environment. And then so that's why when we do the art therapies, we can do one-to-one, we can do group. One-to-one that take a specific goal on individual, but group, that is another add-on is if you the team that has already built on the bonding and the trust, probably the group have similar thinking, and then they can share and then have a better understanding. I can share my experience on having group of a single mom. I don't have kids, but the additional effect is when the group of single mom coming together, if they're willing to share, sometimes they are really find out another resources to suggest another members. So this is, so not every art therapist can understand every problem, but sometimes in group is an add-on benefits that the people in the group can share their own and also help the group going together. So that is another point that I would like to share is why there's quite a lot of different therapy. You can have talking therapy, you can have why you choose art therapists. Uh for kids, if especially this topic, some people will join because of our parental guidance, and then because for kids sometimes they cannot explain their own thought easily, but most of them they can draw, they can play. And in expressive arts therapy, what is expressive arts is because that is not only on visual arts, but today I focus on visual art because we meet online. So sometimes, for instance, one ADHD kids I deal with, he is not really into painting, but I understand him. He is quite interested in playing table tennis. And then we change the section to let him first for playing table tennis, he can really release his energy. And then secondly is he can add on have some help him to focus because you know ADHD normally they are very difficult to focus. If the session more than 30 minutes, they have to take break. But while they are playing table tennis, they can play all around and then they can more focus, listen to the task, and then so that's why in expressive art we can use movement, dance, drama, even creative writing. For movement, what I don't limit to some just exercise is the movement. Even you try just touching your fingers. So it's this kind of touching, when we getting old, I have some dementia client that they we will start to let him do the touching. It's just like we will use the clay, let him feel the clay, and then we prepare they can do the dumping and then help them to recall what they did when they're younger time, and then so this also help the memories. So this is so that's why it's this art therapist combination of different art modality. So it really depends how you choose the most related to your client. So if you find your kids actually they are very into dancing, and then so let's start with dancing first. Let's start with something that catch their attention first. So that's why we will always change on the different modality. And so this is some theory that back up we have can so from art we use the right brain. I use this very not technical terms. So sometimes that if you are very some just use your left brain very logical, and then when you use the art actually it can stimulate your right brain cell, and then this is also research back up. And when you do art, you will start using your creativity and imagination. So you don't need to really make something real, and then you can just express yourself. And then also, if we do in a group, and then it's keep on your social bonding. And then if somehow at the end, if your word is exhibit or sharing, if you're willing, and this is some kind of a contribution to the community. So this is quite so this is expressive art not just help from personal level. Actually it can go on to community level, and there's a lot of application can be done. And related to your own self, I would say, don't if you don't treat the terms therapy, it's very some kind of illness. I think just put it that is some kind of exploring yourself, help you to balance, especially so busy day, just like this evening. We can just relax, and then so don't take the term therapy because we can make use of therapies to those really have some psychological problem. But if you just want tonight to for this evening, I don't expect we go through to very in depth, and then we just relax and just try to explore yourself and try to rethink what your relationship with your faith. I think that is just have a time, just have a me time or just have a time to sharing. So interfaith, I think tonight, I hope that now we have spare some time to have some experience on reflect our inner thought, why, where is our faith, how we overcome difficulties when we connect to the faith, and give very peaceful for yourself to enjoy your art making process. So some rules I need to explain to despite that is understand the recording is just take part for myself, and then during the art making process we won't recording, and then because we believe this is for art therapists we have to very stick into privacy respect, and then I would suggest, of course I would really welcome you guys to proactively sharing. But if you really don't want to share, it's okay. You can just follow the instruction to make your art, and also there's art is no right or wrong, no judgment. So don't say, oh, your artwork is very pretty. Oh, pretty is good, but don't think other people, oh, so ugly. Especially for kids, when they paint something, some kids I will let them know, okay, don't judge other artwork because everyone is an artist. So everyone has their words. It's very personal. And we hope we have build a positive support to each other, especially we're talking about different faith. We may have conflict on the thinking on the faith, but try to listen to others when they really want to share about their own thought. Yeah. So I hope this section that empower your art making process. So give support when others sharing, and then just bring the ear to listen. I'm welcome to each other sharing. So this experience learning that I will this time I pick visual art uh, and creative writing. So that's we don't need to use a lot of art material. That's why I always many people are I don't know how to paint and then how can I do? And then actually art therapy is something very simple. Everyone can do it. Trust yourself as long as you want to think about something, express this, and then we don't judge this is good. We don't aim at get an AThR after this session on art. Yeah. Okay, so this is objective to from interfaith this section, and then so we just foster your expression to try to rethink your artistic genes. Everyone has that part. Believe yourself, and then so I hope to get the connection, and then at least have a peaceful evening, and then enjoy. So this is the time now because right now we don't have a total 1 hour, and then so I will somehow let's see how that's go, and then we see we may extend or see how that's go. Just but I in terms of and typical art therapy section, we normally take around 1 hour. 1 hour. And what by when I study the art therapies, actually, actually is the most beneficial to you guys is I talk less and you talk more. So I'm just facilitate on how you get the art process. So feel free. So you can start on closing your eyes, and then you can see what the image related to your faith, your God, and how that last time when I really need some support, where is he coming from, and how to connect with him, and how you get back your strength, and is the faith always is a good sign? Did we suffer even we believe in the faith? Did we keep on our faith? And is sometimes will you feel about the connection is far away, but it's okay because no matter the connection is strong or weak, but do we keep the faith that somehow he planned it for us, he planned the best for us, and then he support us, he guiding us to be a good person. So you get the paper, you get the pen. So try to get a topic or drawing and what your thoughts on your connection between yourself and the faith.